Hi, today we are going to learn how to make a button that connects to our JavaScript. So first thing we need is a web page, and then in our body I'm going to have a div tag. I'm going to give it an ID as, I'll give it a class as a button, and then I will just say click me. I will preview the web page and I just see click me. Now I made this a class because in my CSS, which let me connect a CSS page. So now I want to click a CSS page, and I already set up address.css, and it's a style sheet. And in this style sheet now I can make it my button look like a button. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it. And I'll make the color, let's make it yellow. Now when I hit refresh, I've got a yellow button. I'm going to then give it padding because I don't want the text. No, actually, first let me draw a little border around it. And so border has got a couple of things. We want the size, border. Do border style, and that I want to do a solid outline. You can have dotted outlines, that sort of thing. I'm going to do a border width. That's what I was looking for. I'm going to give it a 2 pixel border width and border color. I'm going to keep it black for now, but I can change that. Now when I hit refresh, I see these borders. I'd like to also give it a width of, I think if I do auto here, nope. No, let me just give it a proper width. I'll make it 10%. Let's see what that does. Okay. I will say the text align will be center. And now I want there to be like space between the text and the border, so I'll give it padding, give it like 10 pixels. There. So now we've got a button. You know what? Do one more border. Border radius, I'll give it 3 pixels. And I've given you links so you know, 4 pixels. I've given you links to places where you can find all the different attributes you can assign. Now I'm going to say button : hover, because I want the user to know that if they hover over it, it's going to do something. And I'll say background color, and it will turn to light blue, and so that will change the background color to blue when you hover over. I'd like it to fade in a little, so I'm going to say transition duration. I'll make that like a ½ second. So it'll take a ½ second to convert from yellow to blue, and that just gives it kind of a nice little fade. You could change the, if you want, we could change the color of the text. Make that go to yellow. I think that Should look okay since blue over blue. So that's all I'm going to do for the button for now, and then, or for the style. Now I'm going to come back here and I'm going to link to our CSS, sorry, our JavaScript. So at the bottom, I'm going to say, sorry, my return key is stuck. I'm going to say script, and the source is going to be, I already made an address.js. And that type is JavaScript. And so that will call my script. Now my script isn't going to do anything immediately, but what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say function button clicked. And I'm going to say document .write clicked. So every time you click the button, I'm going to write clicked onto the web page. Now, when I run this, before when I was calling stuff, I didn't put it in this thing called function. So it runs everything. Here it reads everything, but when it hits function, it doesn't do the stuff inside the function. You've got to call that. And you can call that from other functions, but we're going to call it from the button. So we're going to say onClick equals, and then we named this button clicked. So I'm going to copy that. Put that right there, put a semicolon after it, and then what's going to happen is when you click on this div tag, which looks like a button now, it's going to call button clicked. And sorry, it replaced the whole page. So that's working. Let's actually do this. Div, let's make another div tag so that we can repeat on it. No, actually, you know what we're going to do? So we are getting a clicked command, but it's replacing our button. So instead of writing our document, let's do document dot style dot background document dot body. I want to change the body. We're going to look at its style. So background color blue. So I don't remember anything. I'll be surprised if this one works, but yeah, so it's not working. Let's see what's going on. F12. But clicked. Let me open up a new tab, and in Google, set background color JavaScript. And here we go. So it looks like I was close. Let's see what I had. Oh, so I was actually pretty close. And we'll come back down here, hit refresh, click, and that changed it to red. Now, what would be even better is if I make an array of colors. And then I'm going to say it equals, and then I'm going to say var color index. It's going to keep track of what color we are. And I'm going to set that to 0. So I'm going to set it to, now I'm going to say set this to color index. And then I'm going to, actually to start, I'll color index plus plus. And I'm going to say if color index is greater than color dot length. So we're checking if we're beyond the length greater than or equal to, and we're going to set color index to 0. We're going to use these if statements. We're going to go into detail on how to properly use the if statements, but now as you click, it's changing the from red, green, blue. You can put whatever colors you want in here. There are other ways to do this. This is probably the simplest. So I hope that was interesting. Oh, you know what? See how we can select the text of that button? I don't like that, so that's a CSS thing. I'm going to say CSS make text unselectable. And here's Stack Overflow, which I'd say is my second favorite. And they're saying give it a class called unselectable. And I'm not going to put it in the button. I am going to do the CSS what the user selected, chose. And to make that work, I just have to go into my HTML and where it says class button, put a space, and now it's an unselectable button. Let's see if that gives us the desired effect. Yeah, and so now I can't select the text, but I can still click on the button. So I've got a nice little button that changes text. Hope that was fun, and I will see you in class. Thank you.